Okay, so today we are going to talk about why you should not ditch your Firestick just quite yet. This is in response to Amazon, who are working with ACE, the Alliance for Creativity and Entertainment, who are creating a list of what ACE regards as apps that are providing illegitimate access to pirated content, of which Amazon have agreed to block any apps on this list from being used on the Fire Sticks and Fire TV Cube. This covers both App Store apps and third-party apps in an attempt to block piracy. Now let's just have a look on how this will be handled. So first of all, users who have these apps that are on the list will get a warning message to educate the user that these apps are deemed as illegitimate apps, but in the first instance will allow users to carry on using the apps for some time before completely blocking them. Amazon have not specified how much time you will have to carry on using the app after the warning message has been displayed upon your screen. Now this is just an example of what could pop up on your screen in the future. All this has been confirmed by a reliable source other than the Sun newspaper, so therefore I'm not denying it's going to go ahead. Elias from AFTV News has confirmed with Amazon, and they have said through an expanded program led by the Alliance for Creativity and Entertainment ACE, a global coalition fighting against digital piracy, will now block apps identified as providing access to pirated content, including those downloaded from outside our App Store. Amazon have confirmed the system is being rolled out to all Fire Sticks and Fire TV Cubes in France and Germany first, with the rest of the world slowly following after. I have seen some other YouTubers and content creators posting that the blocks have already started, but in most cases the screens they are showing are only showing the warning screen that comes up when there's an app with a virus or malware inside it, i.e. the harmful app screen, which is completely different to these kind of blocks I'm talking about today. There is one user on a social media group so far that has had this screen appear, which again I can't 100% verify, but it does seem pretty genuine, so maybe Amazon have started blocking the apps on the list from ACE. I know that a few of you are going to say, well, I just use a VPN, but unfortunately a VPN would not stop Amazon from blocking these apps that are on ACE's list. It might well be that you've decided, okay, I'm going to try and block access to the Fire Stick and Fire TV Cube, but again, I don't think this is going to work, because I think if you haven't blocked updates already, the system is already in place and you've probably already got the update which is ready for the rollout of this program to start. So why do I think you shouldn't change to another device just yet? Well, the first reason is because ACE nor Amazon have released a list of applications that are going to be affected, so we don't know which apps are going to be blocked. It could be that the app you use and love isn't on the list, so therefore you've got no problem, you've got no need to panic. It could also be that sometime in the future ACE will probably start working with Google too to block these apps on Android and Google TV boxes. So therefore changing to an Android or Google TV device may not solve the problem. You could be throwing good money after bad. After all, next year Google are going to make it harder to sideload on Android and Google devices when they launch the Developer Verify program, which means app developers are going to need to verify their identity if they're going to want their apps to be able to be sideloaded in the same way you can do today. There is also a possibility that modified versions of the blocked apps may well appear and may well still work. Also, it could well be that developers of these apps might end up having to play a cat and mouse game and release new or modified versions again to keep them working. Developers in future may make modular apps, a bit like the one that begins with a K and the one that begins with an S, meaning these apps do not really do anything when they're initially released until the user configures them. Many of these apps are legitimately available in app stores such as the Amazon and the Google App Store. A version of Lineage, which is a community-built aftermarket firmware distribution of Android 11, may become available for Firesticks. I understand there's an actual unofficial release for certain Firesticks already available. This could solve the issue with the Firestick and Fire TV Cubes, and also if Google get on board with Ace, this again could resolve that issue too. What if you're thinking of buying a Firestick now? Well, that's tricky. First of all, if you're thinking of buying a Firestick, then definitely avoid the Amazon Fire TV Stick Select, as you definitely can't sideload any apps on that. It's just restricted to certain apps from the Amazon App Store. But if you are thinking of buying a Fire TV stick, I would say make sure you go for something like the 4K or 4K Max. But make sure when you get it on a special offer, something like a Black Friday or a Cyber Monday deal, which is coming up soon, because you really don't want to be spending too much money on it if third-party apps that you know and love do stop working. Obviously, as I say, a lot of people are looking at buying Android boxes. But again, we don't know what the future holds for them. So I would say if you're going to buy an Android box, don't go spending lots of money on an NVIDIA Shield unless you've got other uses for it. I would suggest if you're looking at a Google TV box, then go for one of the cheaper boxes like a Thomson Streaming Box 270 or an ONN 4K box. Or you could buy a non-certified Android TV box, as these should be able to still sideload any app. But with these boxes, there's always a chance that malware could be loaded onto the box from the factory, which has happened before and cannot be removed, even on a factory reset. And also, official apps like Netflix, etc., may not work with uncertified devices. But if you can hold off for a little while to see how things pan out, then I would recommend doing so. So the bottom line is stay as you are for the moment, because you may well find that the app that you use or the apps that you use might never get blocked. The developer might find a way around the block. So as I say, just stay as you are and see what happens. But the main thing is make sure you've subscribed to this channel, because if there is any update on this, I'll be sure to let you know. And please don't forget to comment on any aspect to this video. Let us know what you're planning to do at the moment, or if you've got any hints or tips for other viewers, then again, let us know in the comments down below. It would be good to hear from you. Don't forget to like this video, share it and subscribe to my channel. Doing these 3 things help us make more great videos for you.